Yup, that's right, you read the title correctly. I completed every single auto level. And believe it or not, this was not free. You would think that because the point of an auto level is that you don't have to click, this challenge would be entirely free, right? Well, I got news for you. You're wrong. The goal of this video is to explain exactly what doing this was like, and just in general what it would feel like if you went through and did every single auto level like I did, and so I will run you through the basic experience now. Now, I thought that I was gonna have a lot of ground to cover because, you know, I don't really play autos that often and all that stuff, but if I'm being totally honest, there actually aren't that many rated autos. To put it into perspective, there are only 667 auto levels on the servers as of recording this. And that may sound like a lot, however, you have to compare that to the 700 2-stars, which, mind you, I've already completed every 2-star, I did that way back, the over 1,000 normal difficulty levels, and the over 1,500 easy demons that are on the servers. So yeah, it's not as much as you would think. That combined with the fact that I had already played a few auto levels in the past, like I'm not completely foreign to it, I've played stuff like Auto Play Area, and yeah, this shouldn't be too hard. I estimate about 500 levels, and while that's true, there's a curveball that I wasn't expecting. So what are the actual levels themselves like? Well, you're going to specifically run into 4 categories of levels. Let's break them down one by one. The most common type of level you'll come across are just seemingly normal levels that would probably be around 8-star difficulty to maybe hard demon that are just completely auto. My theory behind why there's so many of these is that creators would make levels that look legitimately good, but then they just weren't good enough to verify it, so they just make it auto and put it out that way. Most of the levels you play are going to be like this. There will be some funny levels in this category. You'll get stuff like MLG swag circles, and that's basically what this is going to be like. The second category is basically identical to the first, the only difference is age. These are cases where the levels are really old, and in some cases they're literally just Rob Top levels, but auto, and that's the only difference. And then our third category of levels, which is the one you'll probably see if you click on the recent button and just start playing random recent autos, are art levels. These are levels that show off these sort of After Effects style visuals within GD, and a lot of them you can't even see the player to begin with. They exist purely to show off these little animations, and that's about it. There is one final category of auto levels that we'll get into in just a second. However, I want to set the stage for what this ends up feeling like. Due to the fact that there are so many levels that are just art levels and just gameplay showcase levels and what have you, you actually don't even have to play the levels. What you can do is you can just hit play, let the level play itself, and then you can just tab out and watch like a YouTube video and let them go in the background. So if you don't even have the attention span to do something like this, which this is not a Subway Surfers joke, I could legitimately understand people not having the patience to just sit there and play a bunch of levels that beat themselves. Yeah, you don't even really have to pay attention to them. You can just hit play, you can mute the music, turn the sound effects up so you know when the level ends, and you can just let it play and tab out and do something else while it plays. With this strategy, a lot of the levels start to blur together, and you stop caring about them as much. They just kind of complete themselves, and they just keep kind of moving almost on a sort of conveyor of completions. And if this is what the challenge was like, then we'd be fine. However, there is that fourth category of levels that throws a wrench into all of this, and the reason this challenge is so hard. Auto levels that are not actually auto. So this can actually be caused by 2 things, not just one. The first is obvious. There are a couple auto levels that are completely misrated and just straight up have gameplay. This is what you'll see when you start to play levels that are in the negative like ratio that are rated auto. Just a lot of them are not actually auto and have gameplay. And the reason for this is because when the auto difficulty didn't exist, easy was worth 1 star and not 2 star, and at some point that was changed, and every so often you come across a level where this actually was not changed to adjust for it. This actually affects all of the game modes, it's just that auto is the only one you ever notice it with because, well, if the level's supposed to beat itself and it doesn't beat itself, you're gonna notice that. But there are cases where you come across 2 stars that play like 3 stars, 3 stars that play like 4 stars, and so on and so forth. However, if the non-auto levels just consisted of miss rates, that probably wouldn't be an issue because that would just mean there'd be a couple 2 stars thrown in. But there's another type of non-auto auto level that is absolutely awful, and the main reason this challenge is so hard, and that is bugged autos. Usually what happens in these cases is that there's a certain thing that's supposed to happen in the auto. Maybe it's like you're a wave and you have to hit a pad or something along those lines, and it just doesn't happen, usually because the auto is old and the physics were changed over time. And so you actually have to do a click to readjust the player. Some of these are fine. Some of them it's quite literally, oh, the UFO doesn't hit a pad, it dies before it can hit the pad, so you have to jump and then it'll hit the next pad fine. But others are so difficult to fix that you have to basically take a secret way in the auto. And some of these secret ways are brutal. That literally can't be beaten. What makes it so bad is that there's an orb right where you need to start flying. Oh, I got it. Okay. Now I just gotta get to the end. The thing about these levels is that they have one of two difficulties. Either the skip is free and really not that hard to do, or the skip literally requires you to do a single frame perfect at like 50% in the level. As an example of this, here's Terroropolis by Wreckage, a level that at 56% is going to break. Now in order to get around this, what I have to do is I have to jump right here and bounce into this slope with the UFO. It is, if not frame perfect, very close to it. That is what you have to do. Truth be told, I'm shocked I did that as fast as I did. Because this is really hard to do, and you will miss a line, but if you get it right, the auto keeps going. And keep in mind, that might not be hard in practice mode with a checkpoint, but you have to get there from zero and just do it every single time, meaning every attempt you have to wait, and doing this is ridiculously hard. There are a ton of levels that require you to do stuff like this, and if you want to see more stuff like this, check out this ID. This has a pretty comprehensive list of all of the broken autos, so you can just play through these and find some of them. Now, this is going to sound really weird, but this actually makes the challenge a lot more fun and interesting. I know it's not a good thing that the levels are broken, but at the same time, having to find a way to work around these bugs made this challenge a lot more interesting, and it gave me something to actually do aside of just let the level play itself. So why is the video titled the way it is? Why did I say that I kind of beat every rated auto level? Well, the truth is, I didn't actually beat every rated auto level. I missed 7 of them. There are exactly 7 auto levels that I did not beat. And the reason for that is because these levels, due to bugs, are literally impossible and there is no way to work your way around the bug. These levels are completely impossible. Throwing this in as a little corrections note in editing, there are actually more than 7 levels that are completely impossible in 2.2. It's just that I had already beat them before 2.2 came out. Not even like going to an older version of the game to beat them or anything like that. I just beat them before they bugged. So there are some bugged levels that I have completed that you can't anymore, and that's just because, well, I beat them before they were broken. But as of this moment, there are 7 levels that are impossible that I have not beaten. These are the levels that are completely broken. Emerald by Jerry4. OMG Auto by Sandetti. What the Cat by Felix Ram. Sketched Movie by Kirby Fan. Operation Color by The Fallen Angel. Astral Sanctuary by G-Boy. And finally, Automatic 2 by Dynamics. These levels are completely unbeatable in their current state. Some of them were broken in older updates, and some of them were broken in 2.2. However, none of these levels, as far as my... And trust me, I tried for hours. As far as my testing could go, I couldn't figure out anything. No one in the level's comments could figure out anything. These levels just don't seem to be possible. I have submitted all 7 of these levels to be bug fixed using the bug fix spreadsheet thing, and so they should be fixed, hopefully. And when they're fixed, I will go ahead and beat them so that I can truly have beaten every rated auto level. However, for now, This is unfortunately where the challenge ends. Despite that, I can proudly say that I have completed every single possible rated auto level. However, I do want to bring one more auto up. The weirdest auto I encountered throughout this entire experience was a level titled A New Beginning by Do 105. Why is this level weird? Well, because it seemed like it was going to be one of those previous 7 levels that was completely impossible. But after consulting the comment section, everyone said that this level would just kinda work if you let yourself die over and over and over and over and over again. So I tested it, and this happened. Oh my god, it worked! I finally passed it. I needed to go on 60 VSync.
Oh.
To this moment, I have no fucking clue how this worked. I mean, like, it's so weird. I have a theory that maybe it might have to do with the game performance, because I noticed that when I turn on VSync, which, of course, put my frame rate back down to 60 and made the game look all choppy, it worked more, but even then, it didn't work very often, and it's so weird. Because it's a completely auto level, there's nothing changing in my trajectory or anything like that, and it's not like it doesn't work on the first attempt and then always works after that. No, it is pure random, and it is so strange. And with that, I'm gonna show you the final auto level completion that I needed to do. I recorded the final one, and on top of that, fittingly enough, the final auto level I completed was one of the bugged ones, so enjoy. Whoop, whoop. That's still not enough. Come on. That's it. Got it. I beat it. Let's go. Now we just ride to the end. This is a pretty neat looking level too. It's a shame that it's like broken. It's also a shame that the song is banned, but even if it wasn't, it's Virtual Riot, so I wouldn't be able to play it in the video anyway. But there we go. Oh, it's over. It's done. I have completed every auto level that's possible. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 levels that are not possible. But aside of that, I've done it. Let's delete all our filters. We're just going to do auto, star, uncompleted. And all that should come up are those 7 impossible levels. Oh, that's so bizarre. That's so weird. It feels so weird being able to see I beat every auto level. Yeah, obviously these levels are a looming annoyance. I have submitted them all to be bug fixed on the bug fix thing that the mods put out, all that stuff, and hopefully these levels get fixed, and if they do, I'll just beat them off camera after I record this. I'm gonna have them in a folder, and I'm basically gonna be constantly watching for that, that update button to appear, so, you know. But yeah, this is where the challenge lies. I have beaten every possible rated auto level. This has been one hell of a journey, and, yeah. 657 autos plus 2 platformers. That is a lot of stars from just auto levels. Can't wait to see the global rank refresh and see where that puts me in the global rank, but yeah, that's really wild. And with that, our journey has come to an end. This has been such a wild ride, and the fact that I have enough people who are able to support me and let me do dumb shit like this just for your guys' entertainment, you know, it just means a lot, and I gotta say, we're almost at 10,000 subscribers, so please, on top of the usual YouTuber interaction reminder stuff, please subscribe. It'll help a lot. I'm really trying to push 10K before my birthday in July, and that would be really amazing. So, yeah, comment down below, tell me what auto levels you've played, and which ones you like, and all that kind of stuff, and yeah, thank you for watching.